Hi everybody, today is Wednesday, February the 20th, and I'm coming on just to share where things are with my health since I've been updating you guys the last week or so. Yesterday had a follow-up appointment with my hematologist. This was to review the bone marrow biopsy and the CT scan of the abdomen and then all the additional labs that he ordered, as well as the labs that the MS research office had done on February the 12th, I believe it was. So, luckily, thankfully, the bone marrow biopsy and the CT scan came back perfectly normal. No signs of cancer, so no signs of leukemia, and Hodgkin's, I think, is what I saw briefly on the paper, but all clear. Organs that they scanned in the abdomen looked fine. There was no indication that there was any enlargement or tumors or, diseased cells or anything like that. So where it leaves me is the doctor still feeling like I need to follow up with the MS research office, and that his conclusion is that this is related to the study medication that I've been taking. He left it at, I don't want to tell you to stop taking the medication, especially because it has been helping my multiple sclerosis. It's been since 2007, 2008 since I've had an exacerbation with the medication. In that time period, I've taken two medications, one that is approved and on the market right now, and then once that part of the study concluded, then I started with the study medication, which is the oral medication. So he, just said, this is what I'm advising. I want to see you again in 3 months, so I'll see him again in May. And he's saying, I need to really have a conversation with the MS research office. He proposed some concerns which I actually support what my primary care physician said 2 weeks ago, which is that the physician who's overseeing the study needs to be a little bit more proactive, and that's not happening. And because that's not happening, that should be a pause for concern, because the doctor should always step up to be there to address the concerns and questions and any red flags that come up. And in this situation, that has not been the case. So just taking all of that into consideration, and just mentally feeling beat down and depressed about my health not being where I wish it was. Whether or not it's related to this or not, I do believe it is, but no one can definitively say that. I just feel that the situation is telling me that I need to stop and cease this medication. So that's my my plan, and as of yesterday evening, I did stop taking the medication. I will follow up with that office this morning to let them know that, and it is what it is. I'll be starting with a new neurologist next month, and I am seizing back my power. It's been really interesting to process, not feeling well. I miss getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and going out and doing a mile to 3 mile walk, and then going to work feeling fantastic, like I could take on the world, and then going to the gym after work. As of right now, I don't have that energy, and it's related to the fact that I have this low white blood count. Low white blood cell count. It's a symptom of it zapping my energy, and I, in the last couple of weeks, have succumbed to that, and so consequently have gained 5 pounds. So now, where my weight was at 237 and still moving in the right direction, I've now crept up about 5 pounds. I'm not at all concerned about that because I'm conscious. It's not acceptable, so I'm going to change my behavior. And like I said, mentally, I am taking control back. Ironically, with my dog's health issues that I've been dealing with the last couple of months, it's funny how my life is overlapping and moving in the same direction, where she was put on this medication to quote unquote help her with her arthritis or whatever is developing her leg, and it made her sick. And I immediately went to the internet, went to Facebook, researching, constantly in contact with my vet, with the pharmacy online that I had ordered medication from, and reading, up on the specific medication and the issues. And unfortunately, my dog's genetic makeup was not the rule on how this medication could affect or the slim chance that it could harm. She was the exception. She did have an adverse reaction to it, and immediately I stopped the medication. But I'm now find myself literally 2-3 months later in the same situation, and for some reason I find myself hesitating, and I have no idea why. And I know this isn't a phenomenon. Many people go through this. You will protect and take care of your children, your neighbor, your parents, your partner, your spouse, whoever. But for some reason with yourself, you will allow time to drag on. And I value my life. I'm so inspired by Robin Roberts, who's returning to Good Morning America today. Those of you on the East Coast have already seen her make her re-entry back. She's fighting a blood disorder as well, and I'm inspired. I know this isn't something that isn't the end of the world, and back in the day my emotional state would have received this setback as, oh well, might as well give up, which is why some of my behaviors have led me to emotionally eat through this process, thus the 5-pound gain. And then I just haven't been able to be in the gym because I had a week of no strenuous activity after the bone marrow biopsy, which will be today. So that's changing, and I need to be mentally tough. And as I was on Facebook this morning, Jennifer, one of the trainers that I mentioned in my video, posted, I don't know if you won't be able to see it, but the message says, be mentally stronger than what you physically feel. And then there's this poster in the background, I'm assuming is her, and it says, it will be worth it. And then she has these little messages, in between it, like, it will hurt, it will take time. But then on the other side, the big letters that stand out, it will be worth it. And that really speaks to me right now, because this is a mental battle. Life is a mental battle. It's about not letting people get you down. I'm reading this book. I don't know if many of you are familiar with Og Mandino, but back in the day, 70s, 80s, or whatever, was a huge inspirational writer. He's best known for the author of the Greatest Salesman in the World. I hear if you're in sales, this is one of the best books that you can read. I read one of his books last year. It's a tiny book. I thought I could see it on the bookshelf, but just really inspirational, and it has a very spiritual side to it. And he, in this book, he's writing about people who are motivational speakers, and this one guy who wins this contest talks about these 5 pillars that you should have in your life. And the one that stands out for me is that he says, don't let people hit your kill switch. And he references, the alarm systems in cars, and how I guess this is written in the 80s or 90s, but it talks about when car alarms were first coming out, and just how they progressed, and then eventually you could get this kill switch added to it to keep thieves from stealing the car. And then and he just gets into it. He said, he says that all of us have a kill switch inside us. It gets pushed whenever someone puts us down or harshly criticizes our best efforts or makes fun of us. And in one degree or another, it's been happening to all of us since we were little kids. Ridicule, scorn, slights, insults, they all hurt, and often their toll is so great that the little confidence we had managed to build up disappears until we finally stop trying to do better. How many parents in moments of anger push the kill switch of one of the kids by telling that little boy or little girl that he or she will never amount to anything? How many kids then spend a lifetime working very hard to make their parents' prophecy come true? The speaker paused and he says basically, don't push any more kill switches when you are with your kids, and never, never let anyone push your kill switch either. Let me put it in perhaps a more familiar way to you. Never again give anyone permission to rain on your parade. So even though it's not like I've been going through someone insulting me, but I have been allowing myself to get emotionally caught up in this relationship with this research office for the greater good. You know, this is something that I see long term down the road will help many people with multiple sclerosis have another opportunity to get medication to help this disease. But at the end of the day, the last couple of weeks when I've been working with my physicians who do care about me, I realized that research is about research. And I refuse to allow someone else's science experiment kill my journey right now with bettering my health and my excitement about helping other people better their health through fitness, nutrition, wellness, and being conscious of what we do with our bodies. And so I am saying, and I apologize, it's 11 and a half minutes, that I am moving forward. I'm mentally going to push through because that's what I have now is my clarity of mind. And I'm going to take one day at a time, and I will keep everybody informed. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to Tia, Northern Southerner, and everyone else who has wished me positive thoughts and prayers. I continue to stay wrapped in my gospel music. Tomorrow I'm going to see T.D. Jakes. Many people don't come to the Valley, so this is a blessing in disguise and perfect timing because I took off Thursday, Friday so that I could go see Joyce Myers, who's in town. So I am surrounding myself with just positive energy, spiritual energy, healthy eating, all these good things, and I know this too shall come to pass. So on that note, everybody take care, be blessed. Thank you so much.